but Stephen Marsh has kindly joined us on the line. Compliments of the season to you, Stephen, and yeah, looking forward to a big day at Ellerslie today.
Yeah, you too, Greg. For sure. Yeah, look, we had an ultra big team in, and then the rain came and it took a few out of the equation and probably just weakened the team a bit for the day. But still got some numbers there and still got some nice runners.
Yeah, we've got a chance to have a look through plenty of those for you. Let's just summarise what you do have in so the people can write them down if they like. Appellant and Chiaretta in race 2, Bobby Dazzler, Vernon Me in race 4, Pretty to See race 5, Rip 'em Up and Van Irving in race 6 are the first part of the program anyway. And we'll have a look at the second page for you in terms of those other runners. Ohi Can in race number 7, Ratani as well, Recanto, Bella Joy and Power Dream in race 8, Effervescent and My Dakota in race 10. So there's a few to get through there, Stephen, so let's get into them straight away and have a look at your chances, starting off with Appellant in race number 2. That's where we're going to kick things off. We've got a chance to have a look at a couple of videos as well, but yeah, this one is currently a 340 equal favourite. You've got Sam Collard aboard, and it's a smallish field now, and you're drawn about the middle.
Yeah, she's drawn 5. She's a classy filly. She stakes placed. I don't think the rain would worry her too much, and she does look a leading hope, especially with a couple of those really fancied runners coming out. So, no, I think she's a really nice chance.
Stephen, just having a look at the performance last time at Trentham, in behind Exuberant, there was plenty to like about it.
Yeah, there was. You know, she drew the outside barrier that day and she had to get a fair way back. But she hit the line as good as anything, and hey, look, reversed the runs, and it might have been her saluting the judge. So, yeah, she's pretty tidy.
Only needs to reproduce this run, you would think, to be a very big winning chance in it. What about Chiaretta? We got a chance to have a look at the trial as well, the most recent, which was a winning performance, and it beat Scotch, which is yours as well, is it not?
Yeah, that's right. I scratched him with the wet track today, Scotch. 2 trials ago, Chiaretta was very average on a wet track. Put the blinkers on her in her next trial, and she won well, beating Scotch there. So I guess the track's the big concern for us here. So you have to take on trust a little bit, but I do think she'll be better, probably on top of the ground. But I thought the last trial was good, and we did take her up Ellerslie for a gallop last week, and she galloped up really nice. So don't leave her fully out, but maybe Appellant at this stage, just a little bit on her.
The better of the two. Okay, let's have a look at race number 4 then. Dawn Patrol's up the top of the book and is favourite, $2.60. Of course, the last start second in behind Madison County in the 2,000 guineas. Let's talk about Vernon Me. Nominated for the Derby, of course, about a $21 chance in that, $16 today. But let's have a look at Bobby Dazzler and this track gallop that we have footage of. And Bobby Dazzler's a $16 chance. Again, Sam Collard aboard. What did you make of this work?
Yeah, really like this work and really like the way it's coming up. Sort of going into this race, and I had it planned to kick him off. I sort of never thought of him as a real live chance, but now it's turned heavy. He should love it, and he probably comes into calculations a bit more. And Vernon Me probably just pushes him out a little bit. He really is a good track horse, and he's probably looking for more like a mile, so it probably affects him more. But Bobby Dazzler, although he wants further than 14, maybe Fresh State could get a little bit of it.
Excellent, thank you, Stephen. We're now going to have a look at our next race, which is race number 6. Of course, it's one of our features. Media Sensation is up the top of the book here at around $2.70. Queen of Diamonds, $3. Espresso Martini, also well in the market too. So a pretty competitive race. What about Rip 'em Up? The price currently, Stephen, 16s and $3.80.
Yeah, she's a filly that's, she's still a maiden galloper, but she could have easily have won a couple by now. I know that the top three look very good, but Rip 'em Up, I've got a lot of time for her. Her work's been good. Her last start was very good, and look, I'm not saying she's gonna beat them, but it wouldn't surprise me if she did. I think she's a classy filly if she does everything right.
Stephen, the inside draw, any concern?
Well, I guess it is. It's got to be a bit of a concern. She's drawn predominantly, always drawn badly, and now probably when we want to draw out a little bit, she draws the bullet. But yeah, she as long as it's still playing fair, she's a chance. I think she's pretty tidy.
Sounds like you got a fair bit of time for her, and therefore she's not a forlorn hope in terms of one of our features today. Let's have a look at race number 8, where you have numerically a pretty good opportunity here, don't you? The market for race number 8 appears like this. Recanto's a $4.80 chance. Bella Joya, of course, $8, and Power Dream. How do you line up your 3 in the hallmark?
Yeah, hard to split them. Recanto now back being gelded. His trials have been great. The track's the worry. If he does get through the track, I think he's right on it. But he's a horse you can follow again. He's always, he's Group 1 placed at 2. He was left to colt too long, but now he's gelded. He's a totally different horse. So take on trust, but I think he'll be right on it. And Bella Joya, she's in foal to Savabeel now. She shouldn't mind the track. 53 kilos, lovely for her. And I think she's another one. Those two are, the classier horses that are up there doing it. And Power Dream, well, she'll love the wet track. She's running right out of her grade. But yeah, look, if it was a good track, I'd be near swinging towards Recanto. Probably now it's heavy. It evens them up a little bit.
Always a tough day to try and narrow it down and suggest what's your best, particularly when we've got conditions like we have today. But do you have one that the punters should back with a bit of confidence today, Stephen? Yeah, well, you'd probably like to think Appellant would be very hard to beat. But I reckon I've got a couple that are at good odds that'll go well throughout the day. The likes of your Pretty to See, your Ratani with no weight. They're a couple that it will be at half decent odds that should go really well. And of course, Rip 'em Up, like we mentioned. I think if she put everything right together, I think you could see a pretty good filly there. Hey, thanks so much for your time, Stephen. All the very best to you today. I think you're going to win, 5 or 6 races down the line tomorrow in New Plymouth, I'm understanding, according to an interview with Brendan Popwell anyway. So it's going to be a good couple of days for you on picking, mate. Thanks again.
I'd be happy with 1 or 2 at New Plymouth. That'll be great. But cheers, Greg. Appreciate it.